In the previous video, we have studied about stem as a vegetatively propagating structure. In this video, we will discuss about some more structures, vegetative structures that help in vegetative propagation. In this category, second which we are going to discuss. First we have discussed stem. Now we are going to discuss root. There are certain plants like sweet potato, and another is shisham tree, that is a sweet potato, that is shakarkandi, and shisham tree, you have heard about that, its furniture is the best. Sweet potato, scientific name Ipomia batata, and shisham tree Dalbergia sisu. These plants, these have roots which propagate vegetatively. In the case of such plants in which root act as vegetative structures for vegetative propagation, the roots bear adventitious buds. For example, for sweet potato, it has a slightly irregular kind of structure, and here this root bears such marks. These marks represent the nodes and the place from where a plant can originate, a small baby plant can originate, like this. Another. So these are these represent the adventitious buds. Adventitious buds. When I am saying adventitious buds, I mean to say adventitious term in biology is basically used when something grows in a place where it normally does not grow. Adventitious का मतलब क्या है? कोई फॉर एग्जाम्पल बड है, बड एक्चुअली ग्रो करता है शूट पार्ट में, शूट के टॉप में, लेकिन यहाँ पर क्या है कि बड जो है इट इज ग्रोइंग ऑन रूट इटसेल्फ. That's why we are using that term adventitious. And these buds or these nodes will give rise to new plants. And these new plants grown are known as slips. These slips can be planted into the soil, and this is how the root helps in vegetative propagation. In the same way, in Dalbergia sisu also, in roots there develop adventitious buds which help in vegetative propagation. Now, the another structure that help in vegetative propagation in plants is leaves. Sometimes leaves of some plants also develop some adventitious buds from where the new shoot or the new plant arises. Example are calincho and bryophyllum. What happens in these plants? For example, this is a leaf like this. From here there are the adventitious buds from this place. A small plant will arise. When this plant falls on the ground, it gives rise to new plant, or otherwise when this leaf falls on ground, the leaf degrades and each adventitious bud will give rise to a new baby plant that will grow into the soil. That is how leaves help in vegetative propagation. So this kind of buds which are produced on the leaves are known as foliar buds. leaves Now the next, that is bulbils. Bulbils are very fleshy buds. Fleshy buds. These grow in the axil of the leaves. Axil of leaves. These buds simply fall on the ground and give rise to new plant. Suppose this is your main shoot and this is a leaf attached to it. This portion between this leaf and leaf petiole and stem, this portion is known as axil of the leaf. Here. So these bulbils, these are modified axillary buds which grow in the axil of leaves. There are some plants like lily which propagate with help of bulbils. Next, category we are going to study. One is turions. Turions, these are the aquatic fleshy buds which help in vegetative propagation, especially in a plant utricularia. This is the example in which vegetative propagation takes place with aquatic fleshy buds. Turions term is the term for aquatic fleshy buds. Example is utricularia. So we have studied various kinds of vegetative parts from where vegetative propagation occurs in plants. It was all about natural vegetative propagation. Now in the next part we will study about artificial vegetative propagation things.